Today, I'm hoping to pick up two different things from CEX. One, a steelbook that I saw the last time I went. There's no guarantee that it's still there, especially being as I showed it off in a video, so it might be gone. Two, something that will definitely still be there, but the hard part is finding one that isn't yellow, destroyed, or a little bit pooed on, because it's an incredibly, incredibly common game. One of the most common games ever, in fact. Although, yesterday, Little Newcastle only had the one, which I thought was a little bit strange. And maybe I'll get an update on the 300 DVDs that I dropped off at Stafford CEX like nearly a week ago now, and see if I've got, I don't know, anything's come from that. Because none of the other CEXs that I took DVDs to had any sort of problem with any of this. So I don't know why Stafford did. But anyway, let's get up and get going, shall we? So we just had a whole thing that I couldn't film because I don't think you can show bodies on camera, as it were. Because Neve's gardening. And apparently a bucket of water in the garden had, well, first of all, a bucket had filled with water. Second of all, something had fallen into the bucket and never made it out, we'll say. You know that one scene from season 2 of The Walking Dead where the Glenn goes down the well and there's that one walker that has bloated right the way up because it's been so just, what's the word? There's a word in Minecraft for it. It's not encumbered. Satiated? I don't know. Filled with water, cellularly. Well, a little mouse had found its way into this bucket and never managed to find its way out. So we had to solve all of that before I left the house. And he was like, oh, you should have vlogged it. And I was like, I don't think we can vlog this. So dealt with that. It had gone green and bulbous and it was floating upside down, poor thing. I like animals too, I would have befriended it. Anyway, oh, there's the vet. Well, the vet's boyfriend. He follows me. Anyway, let's go to CEX. We've got an hour till it shuts. Let's hope everything I want to get is actually there, shall we? And tonight we're going to see Until Dawn, so that's kind of apt, I suppose. Let's go. Into CEX we go. They did have a Deadpool on Xbox 360, but not anymore. So today in CEX we are hunting both an incredibly common few games that should be just the most easy games you've ever seen in your life to find. But also we are hunting a steelbook, and not that steelbook that I just pulled off the shelf there, although I need to keep that in mind for my next trip, because I might be able to pull in a favour. In fact, my Dragon's Dogma 2 is still sealed from when I originally bought it. I just never played the bloody thing, so I've easily wasted about 25 quid there alone. So, call that the silly tax for buying brand new games that you're not going to play. There was a lot coming out around then. I'm pretty sure that Dragon's Dogma 2 came out along the same day as Way of the Ronin. I think that was what that was called. And that was a game made by, I believe, Ninja Theory, the same developers as Neo. And Neo 1 and 2 are some of my favourite games ever. I put an obscene amount of hours into Neo 2. Just a mental amount of hours, one might say. And, yeah, speaking of Neo and Souls-likes, I have been playing Lords of the Fallen recently, but I really struggle to actually drag myself to play it every day at the minute. Like, I'm doing a lot of filming every day right now, so I've not got much time for playing, but I just can't do it. Also, somebody seems to have traded in loads of GTAs, including the really expensive one being Vice City Stories. It's only 20 quid, so it's only relatively more expensive than the rest of the GTAs, but it's still uncommonly expensive compared to the fact the rest of them are about 6 to 8 quid. Besides San Andreas, maybe. I think San Andreas might be about 12, just because it's an incredibly popular game. But yeah, really struggling to actually play Lords of the Fallen. I'm enjoying it. It's just, it doesn't ever seem entirely straightforward as to where to go next. And I don't know why that is. And I'm somebody that will blast my way through every other Souls-like. And some of them are definitely not very linear at all. So I don't know. It's just really making me want to play Lies of P again. And I'm not sure that was that was the intention. Like, I do really, really want to play Lies of P. And the entire time that I'm playing Lords of the Fallen, I'm thinking about playing Lies of P. Also, I annoyed TikTok talking about Two Thrones and Warrior Within for Prince of Persia. Warrior Within is not as good of a game as people remember it being. If you were to play it today, you probably wouldn't like it, especially if you played it back-to-back with Sands of Time and then Two Thrones immediately after. Just give it a go. Play the 3 of them. Get the PS3 HD collection. There's one of them in this CEX. And you'll see what I mean. They're also on, not Steam, whatever Ubisoft's equivalent is. They're on there. It's just not as good as the other ones. It's just not. The music's great. The music's the best part of it, but it's still, just trust me, you've got fond childhood memories, but I think if you played it all the way through in modern day, you wouldn't like it as much as the other two. And I've done that maybe 3 times in the last 5 years, so I think I can speak on that fairly confidently at this point. I play a lot of stuff that people think should stay nostalgic, and I agree sometimes. It's one of those. Mission semi-accomplished. One of the things that I went for wasn't there, and bit of a shame. Did get a couple of other things, though. There was no one in there until just like 10 minutes before they shut as well, because there was all of a sudden people wanted to buy phones, which, 10 minutes before a shop shuts is always a good idea. Also, there's something going on with scouts or cubs or whatever recently, because yesterday in Stoke there was a bunch of scouts around. Today in Stafford there was a bunch of scouts around. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's also a Sunday, so the car park is dead. And everything shuts in 8 minutes. So I need to hustle, because I don't know if they actually shut the car park and shut us in. So I'm going to get home, we're going to go see the dog and Neve's gardening and then dinner, and I'll show you what I got, and we'll go do stuff and things. I need to play bloody Lords of the Fallen. There's so much stuff I'm falling behind on playing. I've not played in weeks. Not really. Doggy poo poo. Doggy poo poo. Still eating your bone? Still hasn't finished her other one, really. No. Still plays with it occasionally. Town was rammed. There was something weird going on with scouts again, like yesterday in Stoke. Don't know what's going on. Hello, doggy. Hello, doggy. Ruby, look down the barrel of the camera, like you always do. Come on. Or lie down. Okay, I have just been editing like 3 videos for the last hour and a half. I hate editing. I hate it with a passion. Anyway, let's go through what we've got in today's CEX trip, shall we? 2 incredibly rare games. The rarest games in my collection, one might say. Let's take a chance on how they are in the bag. Not great. Not great at all. So, we got Red Dead Redemption for the PlayStation 3 and Skyrim for the PlayStation 3. Simply because I do not own them for that system. I do not believe, anyway. And it's good for the shelf. Sometimes you buy things for how it looks on the shelf, not because you actually want to play that specific disc. I would just play the PS5 versions or the PS4 versions, Like somewhere in here I've got Red Dead on PS4. Definitely. I can't see it off the top of my head, but I definitely do. Yeah, there you go. And Skyrim as well. When I originally got Skyrim, I remember I went to the midnight release on 11/11/11. 14 years ago this year. More than half my entire life at this point, which is a wild thought. And we recently bought the Oblivion original release on PS3 as well, simply for the shelf. At this point, I have literally got, I think, maybe 7 CEX trips worth of CEX hauls to go through over on TikTok, because I've not done them. I could just do it as one big one, probably. That would be alright. I'm getting a little bit far behind or ahead of myself. Not really sure which one that is. But yeah, dinner time in a moment. And also, it's so hard to find a Skyrim and a Red Dead that are in good condition, like the case or the box art, because they probably are the most just commonly ruined games ever. The only thing that might catch it up is like a Pokemon or anything else that a kid might have 100 million copies of. You know what I mean? Right then, dinner is ready. Today we're having ribs and potatoes, and then it's off to the cinema.
3, 4, 5,
You're trying to count equal ribs.
8, 9, 10 bones.
Ruby's had her dinner, and of course she's going to be begging for some more. Ain't you little ribs? It's not for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Careful, struggle counting more, and we'll have to sign you up to work at KFC.
Sure.
Clever folk. Cinema time. We have to make it through the joke that is Stafford's roadworks. When I went to town earlier on, the roadworks were mental. And now it is Neve's turn to experience the roadworks that are just stupid. Right, cinema time. It's so warm tonight. What temperature is it? Like 12 degrees? How are you?
It's been 18 degrees.
Neve is still...
I'm cold now.
She's still wearing the hoodie.
It was 18 degrees earlier.
This spin around so I can see. This is the hoodie that Pepsi sent us. This hoodie and it's Neve's inherited. I'm not allowed to wear it anyway because it's got the wrong logo on it.
Wear it, just not in a video.
Yeah, like has to be this logo, not the logo that's on it. Anyway, film time. Well, given that there was like 4 people in that screen of Until Dawn, and I think it might have come out today, or maybe this weekend.
It came out on Friday, or Thursday or Friday. Just gone.
It's Sunday, and I think it came out this weekend. This is opening weekend. I don't think it's making much money.
No.
It had so little nothing to do with the game besides Peter Stormare being in it. That's pretty much it. Do you know what the biggest load of rubbish about that film was? Like, the biggest, like, hang on, no.
Yeah.
The 20-year-old that picked up a landline phone and went, there's no dial tone.
No, you said there is a dial tone.
No 20-year-old knows what a dial tone... No,
Like, you've never had to use a rotary phone?
No 20-year-old could operate a phone like that.
No.
No, full stop.
We could.
Barely.
It might take me a go, but, you know how to use it.
Us as 26 and 27-year-olds would barely have ever had to use a phone with a spinning thing to select the number that would make a beeping noise when you pick up the phone.
Do you even know what a landline is?
I doubt it. Kids today, a 20-year-old probably never had, a limited number of texts, for example.
Having to have so many characters in your text message.
I remember
having to speak in text speak so you could get it all in one message.
I remember having dongle internet so that we literally would have to have, you'd had 2 hours of internet a week or something like that. And now people take the supercomputer.
Internet that made a noise when you tried to go on it.
Yeah, and now people take the supercomputer in their phone for granted. What does this mean? Google it. Oh, didn't think of that. Really? Oh. Anyone else find it a bit weird that we're getting a lot of movie games again recently? I feel like we went a very long time where it became a really uncommon thing. Because everybody just sort of accepted, yeah, they're all bad, full stop. But now it seems like they're flying out. In the last month we've had Minecraft and Until Dawn. It's happening a lot. I mean, some of them are good. The Sonic trilogy is unironically one of my favourite trilogies of the last decade. I love it. Especially because it is just a Dragon Ball Z parallel. And when you really start thinking about that, if you've never thought about it before, it is so a Dragon Ball Z parallel, right down to there being a hedgehog from the future that is just Trunks. And they go Super Saiyan. One's Vegeta, one's Goku. It is just a Dragon Ball Z parallel. Chaos Emeralds. How many of them are there? 7. How many Dragon Balls are there? Anyway, ever since I made space on my shelves for more games, I'm really getting addicted to collecting again. If I had infinite space, I think I'd collect infinite things. Probably a problem. God knows what'll happen the next time we run out of space. We'll see, I guess. Because I keep changing the ballpark for things that I want. For example, I got all the Sly games, and then I was like, oh, if I'm getting the mascots, I might as well get Jack. And then I got most of the Jack games. And I was like, I haven't got any of the Raymans besides one that someone sent to me, so I'll go for more of them. And then I'm like, ooh, what else? It's a problem. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one, because I promise that the next one is going to be a very cool one. In the next video, I'm going hunting for a PS2 horror holy grail. That isn't Kill or Rule of Rose, by the way, because we've already got those.